Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
What's up, guys? Shoot Just here. Welcome back to my channel. We're back with all the reaction to Game of Thrones on this Game of Thrones Thursday. This is Season 5 finale, Season 5, Episode 10, Mother's Mercy. This is also the 50th episode, so it's kind of crazy to see that I've actually done 50 of these reactions in 1 year, but it's also pretty cool. But I don't know if it's just me. I feel like this season finale has been set up more in the traditional sense compared to previous seasons, because I've said it before, but for the most part, these finales in this show are like epilogues to kind of close things out. But for this season, they've set up a lot of story arcs to really resolve, or hopefully we get some resolution this episode. Like, we got Arya and her first assassination attempt. We got Cersei, Loras, and Marjorie, or Queen Marjorie, still locked up. Winter is coming. We did see Khaleesi last episode with a pretty badass moment, so I don't know if we're going to get to see her this episode. We haven't seen Bran all season. I don't know if he's actually going to show up. Who knows if he doesn't show up to like the series finale at this point. I have no idea, but the one thing I gotta say, I will be disappointed if it doesn't go down this episode, and that's the battle for Winterfell. For the most part, I have been Team Stannis, but what went down with him and his daughter, or burning her at the stake, man, I am so conflicted. I don't know what I want to happen. I definitely want to see the Boltons pay though, but at the same time, man, I'm not really a fan of Stannis anymore. I don't know how it's all going to conclude, what's going to go down this episode, and where we go from here, but I'm definitely excited to find out. If you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, the link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go. Ice is melting. Of course she's happy about it.
The Lord of Light has made good on his promise, my king. His fires have melted the snows away. The way ahead is clear.
You're right for Winterfell.
And you will take it.
We'll see if it was worth it.
Speak up. Can't be worse than mutiny.
Oh shit. She tried to stop it. Stannis wouldn't let it happen though. And she was a terrible mother this entire series. Everything's going to shit right now for Stannis.
Get the men to march in formation. Onto Winterfell.
He's still going ahead with it. This is it. Looks like he has half of what he started with, but this is it. Tensions are definitely rising right now though. I feel like on edge. Yes, Sansa. Someone's gonna notice for sure, because this show will never let me have good things. Speaking of good things, Pod. Run, Pod.
Stannis Baratheon is coming.
Send out a foraging party immediately. Siege begins at sunrise.
It's not going to be a siege, Your Grace.
What is this now? See, that's the formation he had before. Oh! It's like half a man. Kind of just showing the aftermath. Stannis still stands. There's no way they kill him right now. Still got some fight left in him. Ooh. Yeah, there's no way these random fucks are gonna kill Stannis.
Bolton has women fighting for him.
I don't fight for the Boltons. I'm Brienne of Tarth.
Yo, revenge for Renly right now.
I was there when he was murdered by a shadow with your face. You murdered him? With blood magic?
I did.
He admits it. Yo, she's been waiting for this moment.
In the name of Renly of House Baratheon, I, Brienne of Tarth, sentence you to die.
Ooh. Yeah, I had to put my tea down for this. I can't even be mad.
Do you have any last words?
Go on, do your duty.
Guess your fire god was wrong, Stannis. Stannis is dead. Of course, Ramsay's still standing. Yo, I feel like I missed some stuff though. Is there an extended version to this episode? I want to see that full battle.
Surrender.
Oh, you poor fool.
And I accept your surrender. Let's head back. My wife must be lonely.
Your wife is gone, bitch. McDonald's style. I'm loving it.
I've come to escort you back to your chamber.
Reek.
Go with her. Please.
If I'm going to die, let it happen while there's still some of me left.
Shall we wait for him to come back, or should we
Do something, Reek.
Let's begin.
Oh! Humpty Dumpty just fell off the wall. I think I might have screamed there. It's like some Assassin's Creed shit. The other girls are looking on like, what the fuck?
I can see I have my work cut out for me.
Big tough man over here. I feel like that's Arya though, but with the face. Yes! It's like a little spider monkey. Both eyes. That was absolutely incredible.
For killing Syria Farrell, remember him?
Her trainer, her original one.
Probably not. Do you know who I am? I can't hear you. I'm Arya Stark. Do you know who you are? You're no one.
Yo. I freaking love her. I got like tears of happiness in my eyes right now because that scene was so fucking amazing.
That man's life was not yours to take.
Yes, it was.
From the many-faced god.
It was on her list.
No debt is owed. Only death can pay for life.
Sacrificed himself for her?
No! He was my friend.
No, he wasn't. Didn't you listen to him?
Yes, he was.
He was no one.
But if you're...
That looks so weird.
This?
It's another lesson. I don't know how that works.
You are still someone. And to someone, the faces are as good as poison.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening? This episode is too much, guys. Whew.
I wish you all the happiness in the world.
I feel like that was a kiss of death.
Maybe I'll come visit you sometime.
Maybe I'd come visit you.
Don't wait too long. Got a noble woman to marry back home.
You want a good girl, but you need a bad pussy.
Something about this girl.
You ready, my lord?
Braun sees it too. I gotta say, I'm surprised we didn't lose Braun with this mission.
Try not to lose it this time.
About you and Mother, I'm glad that you were my father.
Seems sincere. I don't really know her character well enough to judge her right now, though. So I'm just taking everything at face value.
Marcella?
That kiss.
Marcella?
I knew it.
Marcella?
That didn't take long at all. And we've seen these girls with their poisons. Who's this now? They look like Dothraki. Move that ring. I see this though as a good thing. Like they take her in. This is just more for her army.
I have sinned. I see that now.
She's actually confessing.
You have taken the first step on the path back to righteousness. In light of this, I will permit you to return to the Red Keep.
Am I free to go?
After your atonement.
Nice bum, Cersei. Well, this isn't going on YouTube. The way she's handling this now, though, I feel like she's just taking this all in. She's creating her own list for payback. I think freeing her is a mistake. I never thought we'd see Cersei in this state. Look at her.
A sinner comes before you. Cersei, of House Lannister. To demonstrate her repentance, she will cast aside all pride, all artifice, and present herself as the gods made her to you, to make her walk of atonement.
Shame. Shame.
I'm gonna try and include as much of this I can on YouTube.
Shame. Shame.
So if you want a full look at this horror, you're gonna have to become a patron.
2 hours later.
That was torture. There you go.
May I have the honor of presenting the newest member of the King's Guard?
What the fuck?
He has sworn that he will not speak until all his grace's enemies are dead and the evil has been driven from the realm.
I honestly don't know where we go from here. It's like giving me a second to breathe right now, though, because so much has gone down this episode.
It's one of the wildlings you brought back.
What the fuck?
Watch.
For the watch.
Is this the...
For the watch.
For the watch.
They're killing Jon Snow right now. I lost count how many times they stabbed him. Don't do it, Ollie.
For the watch.
Why is this happening? He was the best commander they ever had. I honestly thought he was gonna be there till the end. What the fuck? Don't tell me that's... That's how it ends. Alright guys, that was the Game of Thrones Season 5 finale, Season 5, Episode 10, Mother's Mercy. And what a crazy, insane episode. I can't believe what I just watched. That last hour just took years off my life because it was another roller coaster. I think the last time I mentioned something like that was for the Peaky Blinders Season 4 finale, where it was a roller coaster, and that's exactly what this episode was because there was a lot to discuss. I actually wrote down some notes so you guys can see very quickly some of the things I'm going to discuss. They're just very quick points, but yeah, there's a lot to discuss from this episode. My God, I can't believe everything that just went down. So we might as well jump right into it. I think I'm going to jump to the second point, though. The first one I wanted to touch on was Arya, but based on what went down at the very end of the episode, I think it's only fitting that I do start with Jon Snow because, yeah, that was pretty brutal. What a freaking way to end the season. Like, with all the ups and downs, they could have sent us off on a high note. That was a low note. I did not like that. That was a low blow because that kind of caught everybody off guard. Not only myself, but Jon Snow as well. At first, I was like a little suspicious when they came in. They're like, oh, the one wildling has information about your uncle. I'm like, wait a second. He's been dead or he's been gone for multiple seasons. Like, there's no way that he's still alive. And then immediately they bring him out there. And I still wasn't exactly sure what was going down at first because you see like I don't want to say tombstone, but there was the little wooden plaque there that said traitor. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? Was the wildling a traitor? Was his uncle a traitor? And then that's when it hit me. I was like, oh, fuck. He's the traitor. Even though he's probably the best commander that they've ever had. He's basically done everything for them. They wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for Jon Snow. So to see them act out like that, and yeah, I've been super suspicious of Ollie for like half the season now because every single time that the wildlings have been brought up and the camera goes over to Ollie, you just see him like, just like with a weird look on his face. So you know eventually that he was going to do something, but I was not expecting him to do this. I thought in the middle of the night he was going to attack one of the wildlings, just kind of eye for an eye, you know, kill off one of them. But no, instead he goes right for Jon Snow. Like, come on, give me a break. I don't want to believe that he's actually dead because there's still 3 seasons to go, and I thought he was like a mainstay of the show, but there are other characters that I also thought were mainstays. I just want to make sure I didn't knock my camera there because I'm bumping around. I'm pretty upset by what went down at the end of the episode, but yeah. Like I was saying, there are other mainstays in this show that we have lost that I did not expect to lose, like Rob, Kat, you name them. Basically, if they're a Stark, I did not expect to see them go. Ned, R.I.P. We've lost a lot. But yeah, There was a lot of death this episode, and I'm going to discuss as much of it as possible because not only the Starks are the ones that suffered death, like, how many times have I read dead here? Jon Snow, dead, question mark. Stannis, dead, / Brienne. Death of Marcella, incest reveal. Like, these are the notes that I wrote down here, so there's definitely some interesting ones, but moving on to, it's going to be a roller coaster of a recap as well, because that was a low point to start with. Now, I refuse to believe that he's actually dead, though, so I'm still holding out hope. Yes, we saw him bleed out. I don't know how many times that he did actually get stabbed there. To my recollection, I think it was like 5 or 6 times. He should not technically survive that, but I refuse to believe that that is the death of Jon Snow, even though we did kind of see him bleeding out there to end this season, so we'll see how season 6 starts. If season 6 starts with the burning of his body to make sure he doesn't come back as a White Walker, then yeah, then I will truly believe that he is dead, but I'm still holding out a bit of hope, at least for now. Maybe call me dumb, call me whatever, but I refuse to believe that that is the last that we see of Jon Snow. But I did bring up also this episode when Sam was actually going on his way with Gilly and the baby, little Sam. I was like, every single time that they say bye to each other, it seems like a final goodbye. I'm not sure if they're ever going to see each other again, but I don't know, guys. I refuse to believe that that's the last that we see of them. I don't know. We shall see. I guess I'm going to have to wait until season 6, which I am going to be starting next week. I'm not starting it right away today because, like I said, this episode took a lot out of me, but like I was saying, also a roller coaster. Low point, we're going up to a high point now because I do want to discuss Arya, who freaking had an amazing scene this episode. We didn't really get much of her, to be honest, but there was a couple scenes that we had with her because the consequence of her actions, what went down afterwards, that was super trippy as well. But I really want to discuss her scene because that was remarkable. She's a little savage. Once she actually revealed like who she was, even when they showed the little girl's face at first, I was like, wait a second. We already knew that Arya was going in. She wants to get that kill. She's been training up until this point for this, preparing herself. But when they revealed the face, I still don't understand fully how it works. Like, she was just grabbing the faces off afterwards. And I don't know if, like, the way that they're even talking about it, they're like, or the man without a face, Jägermeister, was talking about it. He's like, each set of faces is like a poison, or your face that was warm is a poison. I don't know. It's very, very cryptic the way that they actually discuss it, and they try to reveal all these things to us, the audience. So I don't know. I might have missed something. I also brought up during the reaction while I was watching, or during the episode, I was like, I don't know if there's an extended version of this episode, but I feel like they were cutting a lot of stuff out. Like the whole battle at the very beginning with Stannis, we didn't see any of it pretty much. We just saw the aftermath or the end result, like all his men and pretty much all men just laying there pretty much near death. And then a couple like crept up on him, and then that's when he fought off for the moment, survived a little bit longer. He killed them, but he was still injured in the process. His leg got messed up. He got sliced, and then that's when Brienne walked up. And that was a crazy scene in itself. And I know I'm jumping right to Stannis. He was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was point number 5 when I'm still supposed to be on point number 1. But yeah, that's just what you guys know how I do for these recaps. So I'm going to be jumping back and forth. But yeah, Brienne, seeing her get her moment there. We still didn't officially see the death of Stannis, but I think we all know what happened. But with this show, I still don't want to say like he's gone, but he's gone. Brienne got her revenge for Renly. R.I.P. Renly. Pour out a little liquor for Renly because that was a long time coming. She's been holding on to that revenge, and she finally got to act out on it. So I was pretty happy about that. That was great to see. And I definitely, oh my God, I didn't even write down, I just realized because I do want to discuss Sansa as well. I didn't even write that down. Oh my God. There is so much to discuss, and I guarantee once I go through all this, I'm going to be leaving stuff out. But I do want to go back to Arya because her scene, when the eyes, yo, that was freaking crazy. I can't believe what went down in that scene. To see her act out like that, go through with that kill, that was easily Arya's best moment of this entire series so far. Maybe one of the best Stark moments from any of the Starks so far throughout this entire series. So I don't know if that's the best of it, if we're going to get anything better from Arya, but man, I loved it. That was some savage shit that we actually saw, and I don't know if YouTube is going to block out any of it because that was pretty gory too. Like the eyes, and we saw him standing there afterwards, and she revealed who she actually is. Whoa, that was a powerful scene. I fucking loved it. That might have even been my favorite scene of the entire episode. I don't know. There was one point of it. I was going to say, I don't know exactly how I reacted to it, and I might have just been in shock for most of it. But I do remember letting out a scream, and I can't wait to go back and see that because, yeah, apologies to my neighbors. I think that was pretty loud. But next point, because Arya, I don't really know what to discuss when it comes to that trippy scene that came of afterwards, the consequence, and her being blind, I guess. There's no way that she's going to be blind for the remainder of the show. I refuse to believe that. I think that's just kind of like a current punishment for her actions and kind of acting out, going for that assassination when she was supposed to do the other kill. But I don't know. The whole thing is weird when it comes to her storyline. Maybe it's just me, but with the whole sacrificing and an eye for an eye, or life, every death, then there's a life that needs to be taken. Like I was saying, it's very cryptic, and then the reveals of the faces, I still don't get it. Maybe you guys could fill me in a little bit more, or maybe they're going to explain it more in future seasons. But as of right now, I'm just going to keep it real. Like, I still don't know how the full process works into becoming a person without a face. But I'm definitely intrigued. I like to see it play out. I just don't really know what I'm watching half the time as it's playing out on screen. But yeah, hopefully Arya's going to be okay, because I feel like she doesn't deserve to be blinded for what went down in that scene. And that's only the first name off her list that she did actually say as well. So I can't wait to see how she exacts revenge on the remaining names from her list. And while we're talking about her list, I know he's technically not on it anymore. I still refuse to believe that the Hound is actually gone, though. With this show, I brought it up before, they're very good at kind of making people disappear and then having them pop back up later. And that's something that I'm still believing, that he will pop back up, but he kind of needs time to recover and heal as well, because he was messed up. But I don't know who would have been the one to actually save him and help him out and give him the time, or give him a place to actually heal and recover as well. But I will say right here, right now, I refuse to believe that that was the last that we ever see the Hound. We shall see. I'm going to have to wait till season 6, I guess, to find out that. But moving on to the next point, Khaleesi, and I guess I'm pretty sure those were Dothraki at the end of the episode, or near the end of the episode when they finally appeared. I don't think that she's actually in a bad place right now, because we know of her previous relationship, her previous marriage, but she was smart enough. She got rid of that ring right away. She knew. She had enough like self-consciousness to know, oh shit, something's going down right now. And she probably realized that they are Dothraki, and then she took off the ring. Or maybe they're not, but I'm pretty sure they are. And I'm pretty sure that she's going to be okay. I'm not really worried about her for the time being. And I was discussing it during that scene as well. Like, she's the mother of dragons. If anybody were to fuck with her right now, they're going to have to pay for their actions. So I don't think she's in any real trouble, especially even though her dragon is injured. We do know that it is close by. She's just kind of wandering around right now. And once they see the dragon, once they realize who she is and who she was with, she's golden. I think her army is just going to grow from here. That overall is definitely going to be a good thing for Khaleesi, but I don't know when exactly she's going to link up with her squad, because they did send out Jorah and I think it's Daario to find her. But there is some weird, I don't know if I picked up on something weird there between Daario and Jorah as well. It seems like Jorah might have been picking up on something, because Daario just really wanted them two to go out, and I still don't think Daario is trusting of Jorah. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get into a fight or something goes down while they're on their journey to actually go bring back Khaleesi. But yeah, that's another going to be, clearly that's going to be another storyline for season 6 that I'm definitely paying attention to. Or I could just be reading too much into it and there was no weird looks, but I'm pretty sure I picked up on something there. But moving on, because the next one that I definitely want to talk about was one of the craziest things I've ever seen, and that was Cersei and her punishment walk, her atonement, her walk of shame. That went on forever. Like, at first when it was going down, I'm like, she kind of deserves this. Like, I'm not really sad for her. But then it went on for so long, and I was like, holy shit, this is still happening. And I thought the episode was actually going to end right there with that entire walk, but that was brutal to see. I've said many times, I'm not a huge fan of the Cersei character. We're not really supposed to like her, I don't think. I'm sure she has plenty of fans out there. Like, the actress that plays her, I think it's like Lena Headey or something like that. She is absolutely fantastic, and can we give some props to her for this episode? Because to go through that I know it's all well protected. Like, people on set, they're all probably super supportive of her during that scene. But to go through with that scene, man, I don't know if I could do that. Obviously, it's not real, but it was real. She was naked. Like, they were chucking stuff at her. Like, people were spitting on her. Nobody deserves that. And I gotta say, at one point, it almost became too hard to watch. And you're looking at a horror buff. I watch like the worst of worst when it comes to horror movies. I've seen it all. Cannibal Holocaust, like all these foreign horror films, Martyrs, you name it. Inside, like, I've seen gore. Like, don't get me wrong, but some scenes, especially that one, that was just tough to watch. Maybe it was just me. I'm definitely becoming more sensitive in my old age. I'm an old man now. I'm approaching my mid-30s, pretty much in my mid-30s now. And I don't know if I would react to this the same way if I was younger. So that's almost one of the things I'm appreciative of watching this show now a little bit later in my life, because I don't know if I would be picking up on all these things that I am picking up on and feeling these ways, or feeling certain ways about characters and scenes that I am now. So that's one of the reasons why I'm definitely appreciative that I'm watching this show now and I didn't watch it during its original run. Maybe there's other shows out there that I need to go back and watch, and I might watch or see it in a different light. But yeah, I'm definitely taking this one all in right now, and it's hitting me pretty hard. If there are any youngins watching this, I'm not that old, I swear. I'm still young at heart, so if you grow to be my age, you'll get what I'm talking about now. My back is just a little bit sore, but I still feel young at heart. But yeah, back to the show. This entire episode was phenomenal. It took a lot out of me. I know I'm rambling like crazy. Some of you guys are going to enjoy it. Some of you guys are going to be like, all right, wrap it up. But for everybody that is still with me, I just want to say thank you guys as well. For anybody that's been with me this long and that's been watching this entire series with me, we still have 3 seasons to go, guys. Don't quit on me yet. But yeah, this was an insane one. The next point, though, that I do want to touch on, I kind of already went through Arya, Jon Snow, Khaleesi, Cersei, and yeah, the thing I wrote for Cersei is Cersei equals wow. So I do want to discuss her a little bit more, because I'm not done with her yet. When she made it back after that entire walk, that walk was absolutely insane. I can't believe it went on as long as it did. So props to her. As an actress, hopefully she wins some kind of, or she won some kind of award for that performance this episode, because that was powerful. That must have took a lot out of her, because it took a lot out of me just watching it. But when she finally made it back to the castle, we didn't even see the king this episode. I don't know if he's still locked up in his room, like crying underneath his bed or something, but we did see the mountain, and I did write that down. Mountain equals monster, because we didn't see his face, but now part of the king's guard, he's like all pale, like blue. And he just picked her up, and I guess they said he's taking a vow, or he took a vow of silence until he exacts revenge on everybody that did wrong to his grace, so, and the king. Man, I can't wait to see what he does in season 6, because he just picked up Cersei, and like, he was almost like a savior at that point. But Cersei, at first when she started that walk, I thought she was handling it pretty well. I'm like, you know what? She's just going to get this done, make it back, and then she's going to burn King's Landing to the ground. And she's just biding her time right now, and she's just plotting her revenge. I think that's what's getting her through it. But then we saw at the very end of that walk, like, she was breaking down. She was a broken woman. That was brutal to see, but he helped her off the mountain, carried her away, and man, I can't wait to see how she comes back. I do kind of feel bad for her. As much as I dislike her character, I do kind of feel bad for Cersei right now, and I kind of want to see her get her revenge. I know that's crazy to say. A lot of the characters, like I said, I would never actually root for, like Cersei and Jaime. Jaime, he's kind of already recovered in my eyes. He's been recovered for a while for the most part. I still don't fully forgive him for pushing Bran out of that tower. And still no Bran this episode. Holy shit. But Cersei, I do want to see her get her revenge, at least on the Sparrows. She eventually needs to pay herself even more. Maybe Arya will be the one to eventually take her out. But as for the Sparrows, they gots to go. And I want to see her be the one to take them out. Or somehow. She's pretty powerful. And I think that's the Sparrows' biggest mistake. They might have got too cocky there by letting her go, freeing her. They might have thought that she's too broken to do anything from here on out. Nah, we know Cersei. Her main will to live right now is probably King Tommen, her remaining child. She doesn't even know about Marcella, and I did write that down as well. Man, a lot went down this episode. I can't believe how much went down this episode, but yeah, Cersei is going to kill them all. I wouldn't be surprised next season starts off with King's Landing up in flames, but going back to the start of a season, didn't this season start off with her as a child with the witch? That's pretty crazy. I want to go back and watch that scene now because I feel like that might have revealed some stuff that we now watch play out this episode or this season that I didn't initially pick up on. But yeah, I think I might end it there, guys. This episode, whew, one of the top episodes, one of my favorite episodes of the entire series so far, but my God, this was a roller coaster. I don't know where we go from here, but I'm excited to find out. Hopefully nobody says that this show is shit from this point. Like, I know the final season gets a lot of hate, but this episode, hopefully nobody was hating on this one. But like I was saying going into the season also, before I wrap things up, I just want to say, I know season 4 got a lot of props. Going into that season, everybody was telling me, like, man, you're going to freaking love this season. Best season of Game of Thrones. Nobody really said anything to me about season 5 of Game of Thrones. It did start a little bit slow. I stand by my statement. Some people might disagree with me when it comes to that, and that's perfectly fine. Like, everybody's allowed to disagree or have their own thoughts and views, just like I'm allowed to have my own views on it. But it definitely picked up. They definitely recovered, and my God, what a way to end the season. I can't believe where they went with this season, but yeah. I'm pumped for season 6. Hopefully nobody was talking shit about this episode because this is one of the best season finales of any show I've ever watched. But where do we go from here? I don't know. I have no idea. And I didn't even touch on Sansa and Theon. You know what? From here on out, this is my promise to Theon. I am officially calling him Theon from here on out because he kind of made up for his previous actions. No more Reek. Yeah, by saving Sansa, he still isn't fully forgiven in my eyes or in my book. But at least for the moment, I will not call him Reek anymore. That's my promise to Theon. That's my promise to you guys. I know I've been kind of going back and forth between Theon and Reek, but now he's back to Theon. So we didn't even see them, though. They did like an Assassin's Creed jump. They left Winterfell for the time being, and they flipped that one girl, throwing her over that like wall or whatever, the railing. That was so great to see it. She actually squashed, so that's the last of her. But this episode, my God, Sansa and Theon, they're now running away together. What another odd pairing. I still want to see Theon die. I'm not gonna go against what I previously said, but at least for the time being, he's gotten rid of the Reek name, and I feel like that's deserving of him. Thank God he finally fucking did something because it was almost hard to watch at times. Like, he had so many chances to do something previously, and he's just been a bitch this entire time. He's been acting a fool, and I hate to see it. But yeah, moving forward, I do want to see where him and Sansa go from here. My mind is racing. I think I've touched on most things. I'm sure I've left out a bunch, but from anything that I did leave out, we can discuss in the comments, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this reaction. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, because I certainly did. I'm definitely going to end it there, because I'm out of breath. I can't even talk anymore. I don't even know what else to say. So, as always, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys can like and subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. Until next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't fun enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn. You play me like a yo-yo and shit. Well, I am not the one to be yo-yo, and when you put that shit on me, then I watch you leave, let you back in, you came back in and shit on me, drag me along for a week.